Viewers and subscribers, welcome to my channel Technical News Service. Here what we have for you in today's headlines. Manchester painter killed at sports bar after challenging gunman. Officer shot dead in Manchester and wife under police guard in hospital. 3 shot, 2 fatally by gunman at party in Portmore. Man shot dead while cleaning up the front of his home in Kingston. Also in the headlines, man who was on the run for a murder in Linstead was arrested. Mobe bread vendor succumbs to gunshot injuries. And NHT workers stage sick out. Please remember to like, share, comment and subscribe to my channel. Also hit that notification bell so you can be the first one to get notified when we drop a new video. Stay tuned for details. Now the news in details. Man shot dead after challenging gunman at Manchester bar. Police are probing the murder of a man at a bar in Old England, Manchester on Sunday night. Police named the deceased as 45-year-old Dennis Barrett, otherwise called Bully, a painter of Brokenhurst district in Old England. A police report said about 11 p.m., Barrett was having a drink when gunman entered and pointed a firearm at the bartender. Barrett reportedly intervened and a tussle ensued with one of the gunmen. The police said the bartender ran from the building and heard loud explosions. Barrett sustained multiple gunshot wounds. He was taken to hospital where he was pronounced dead. Statistics from the police up to April 30 show that 20 murders were recorded in Manchester when compared to 15 for the corresponding period last year. The police are investigating. Officer shot dead in Manchester and wife under police guard in hospital. A policeman was shot and killed in a reported domestic dispute in Somerset, Manchester on Monday evening. He has been identified as Constable D. Blair, who is stationed in the Manchester division. The policeman's wife has reportedly been admitted to hospital under police guard following the incident. The circumstances surrounding the incident are still unclear, but it is understood that the officer was shot during an incident with his wife. Police confirmed that the wife's wrist was observed slashed when she was taken into custody and transported to hospital. It is not clear if the woman is a licensed firearm holder. We will have more details on this story in other news. 3 shot, 2 fatally by gunman at birthday party in Portmore. 3 people were shot, 2 fatally during an attack carried out by gunmen at a birthday party in Waterford, Portmore in St. Catherine on Sunday. The deceased persons have been identified as 40-year-old Jason Ivy of Trelawney West and 67-year-old Nicely Johnson of Deeside Road, both in Waterford, St. Catherine. Reports from the Portmore police are that at about 6:30 p.m., Ivy and Johnson were among invitees at a birthday celebration when 2 armed men approached them and opened gunfire. Ivy, Johnson, and the other man received multiple gunshot wounds. The police were summoned and all 3 persons were transported to the hospital where Ivy and Johnson were pronounced dead and the other injured person treated. Investigations are ongoing. Man shot dead while cleaning up the front of his home in Kingston. The Constant Spring police are investigating the circumstances surrounding the shooting death of a man on Mannings Road in Kingston. The deceased has been identified as Marland Byfield, otherwise called Sniper, of a Mannings Hill Road address. Reports are that 12:20 p.m. Byfield was raking in front of his yard on Tuesday when gunshots were heard. On the arrival of the police, he was seen lying in a pool of blood with what appeared to be gunshot wounds. He was rushed to a medical facility where he was pronounced dead. The police are investigating. Continuing the news. Man who was on the run for Linstead murder arrested. A man who was on the run for almost 3 years in relation to a fatal stabbing in Linstead, St. Catherine, has been apprehended by the police. The police say he was arrested during an operation on the outskirts of the rural community on Sunday. He is to face questioning in the presence of his attorney. The police say he was being sought in connection with the stabbing death of Dwight Thompson of Linstead, St. Catherine on November 11, 2020. It is reported that the men were on Fort Street in Linstead when a dispute developed between them. The suspect allegedly used a knife to stab Thompson, who later died from his injuries. Mobe bread vendor succumbs to gunshot injuries. Detectives in Montego Bay, St. James, have confirmed that a bread vendor who was shot by gunmen in the town on Saturday night has succumbed to his injuries. He has been identified as 27-year-old Romario Anderson, otherwise called Ryan, of Vernon's Drive in Montego Bay. About 9:30 p.m., Anderson was reportedly at the location where he sells bread along Market Street, when a lone gunman approached him and opened fire, hitting him multiple times. The gunman made his escape on foot. Anderson was rushed to the Cornwall Regional Hospital where he was admitted. He died on Sunday morning. NHT workers stage sickout. Dozens of National Housing Trust (NHT) workers staged a sickout Monday morning protesting an outstanding job evaluation issue, only a week after the one-year anniversary of a similar industrial action when the group walked off the job. A media release from the NHT on Monday afternoon said, "A significant number of our employees called in sick today." It said as a result some customers have experienced delays in accessing some in-branch services. News source confirmed that workers began reporting sick from as early as 6 a.m. following an advisory from NHT Staff Association President Shanna White on Sunday. There appears to be some divisive action being employed at this time. The NHTSA would like to categorically state that we have not received any communication regarding a response from the Ministry of Finance and the Public Service up to the time of this notice, White told union members. Attempts by news source to reach White for comment were unsuccessful as calls to her cellular phone went unanswered. Garfield Harvey, vice president of the University and Allied Workers Union (UAWU), which represents NHT workers, told the Gleaner that he could not confirm or deny the sickout or its impact. However, he said that workers have for weeks signaled their unease and restiveness over the job evaluation process, which began in 2018 and was completed in 2021. He said since that time, there have been several delays which were subsequently resolved. Harvey said that the UAWU and management agreed on a resolution earlier this year and that documents were sent to the ministry for final approval of the implementation process. That was months ago. Nothing has happened. We've heard nothing. So, the workers have been agitated for the last couple of weeks, said Harvey. He said 2 Fridays ago the ministry committed to responding but did not do so and instead said it would respond last Friday. Last Friday we got no response. The weekend has come and gone. I have heard nothing, neither from the company or the Ministry of Finance, we have heard nothing. So, I suspect this is what might have precipitated some form of action on the part of the workers because they have been threatening and been restive for weeks, he said, adding that the company and the ministry were aware. Last year May workers walked off the job in protest over the same outstanding job evaluation process. The NHT is reminding customers that most in-branch services are available online. Customers may use the NHT online portal, available at online.nht.gov.jm, to apply for NHT contribution refunds, make contribution payments, make mortgage payments, generate eligibility letters, access mortgage statements among other things, he stated. Murder trial for Muga Honorable moved to 2025. The murder trial involving dancehall artiste Damien Muga Honorable Roden and his co-accused Shadian Gordon was postponed to February 17, 2025. The declaration was made when they appeared before the Home Circuit Court. Both men are charged in connection with the 2017 murder of Cleveland Smith, who is the cousin of dancehall veteran Mr. Vegas. The trial was scheduled to begin today, however, the matter failed to proceed due to personal challenges being experienced by Muga's lawyer Christopher Townsend. Consequently, a new trial date was scheduled along with a trial readiness hearing for November 4, 2024. Both defendants' bail was extended by Justice Leighton Pusey. According to police report on the day in question, Smith, who was the nephew of dancehall artiste Mr. Vegas, was accosted by a group of men, one reportedly armed with a gun, at a dance in Aki Walk, St. Andrew. An altercation ensued between them, resulting in Smith being shot and later pronounced dead at the Kingston Public Hospital. Prior to his death, Smith had injured the Mad Over DJ in a machete attack. King's Counsel Peter Champena represent Gordon. Muga is known for hits such as Bad Like I, Earthquake, and Bad From Me Born. That's the end of the news today from the Technical News Service. Thanks for watching and see you next time.